Right, so on the previous video we did the alternator belt and the tensioner, and whilst in the process I removed the under tray, hopefully to try and get access underneath to see if I can see the starter motor. My intention is I'm going to remove the starter motor from the vehicle, I'm going to bench test it, I'm going to grease it all up and fit it back to the vehicle and see how it goes. It seems an awful lot of money to spend on a starter if it just needs a bit of a clean and a grease. I'm saying I'm pinpointing this to be the starter motor. It might not be, but when it makes this noise, as you've seen in the video, it doesn't start the vehicle. And I think it is just, when you crank the key over, I don't think the starter is spinning. I think it's just spinning in its housing rather than pushing out to engage. So it's a bit of an annoyance, but we will get it sorted. So I'm going to jack this side of the car up now, get underneath and see if I can see where the starter is. If not, airbox out and airbox assembly out as well, and be able to get access from the top. Unfortunately, this car's going to need a clean once I finish with it, because the gravel here, I've mentioned before, is minging. Right, let's try and take you underneath the car, show you what's what. Hopefully we can get an understanding of what's going on. Everything underneath, there's nothing that looks untoward, but there is obviously an underlying issue somewhere going on. Alright, here we go. So underneath this right here is your gearbox, and then we keep going underneath the car, and that is my starter motor. So starter is in here, the drive gear, and it fires out into the bell housing here, which will turn the flywheel, which will then obviously in turn start the engine. Looks like there's a fixing, one, two, one at the top up here. I'm not sure about the other side. But potentially there's a number of issues that could be going on with this. So if this cable here is loose, then it could be getting a mixed 12 volt feed. So sometimes it's connected, it gets 12 volts, sometimes it's not, it doesn't get anything at all. You kind of need almost a full battery to crank that over. Now, not always the case, but it's potential. So I could look at trying to just tighten this nut down and make sure that's going to work. I don't know, I can't feel if there's a fourth mounting. There is a Bosch part number underneath, which is really handy. So 0001 172 25 or 205, and there's also another number underneath. It's a BMW part, so it's probably the same as what you'd get on the 1 series and maybe some 3 series and such like as well. So that's going to be a nice little thing, hopefully, to remove. So it's a Bosch product, so it should be readily available. When I wiggle this around, you can't really see anything loose or anything, but it's very difficult to tell. This wire here, this is your excite wire, so when you turn your key, or in this case push the button, it sends a 12 volt here, which then livens and connects to the switch up, fires this, turns this, fires this out, turns this, fires the engine in. Pretty much in a nutshell how that works. It's not complete science, but it's a nice simplified way of explaining. So disconnect the battery, and then I can take this off. I don't want to take this cable here off, which is the big one, without disconnecting the battery, because that's my 12 volt feed, and if that arcs out, it could potentially cause a pretty serious issue. But yeah, a Torx head, like a star drive, one there, one in here, and then one at the top as well. So that's my 3. So there could be a 4th, I'm not sure at the moment. If I take the 3 out and it doesn't come out, then I know there's only a 4th one somewhere. The other issue I have is I could do a move in the car, because once this is removed, the car is dead. Okay, so looking inside the engine bay, I have a little cap there, an 8mm and an 8mm and that should hopefully remove the cover for the battery. And I can disconnect the battery from the top here, go underneath, disconnect that starter, clean everything up, and hopefully that will rectify and resolve all of my issues. I definitely think it's worth trying in this instance to see if that simple clean will do the job. More than just that cover. Any more? Nope. There's two, it looks like. Nice. Ooh, what is this? Fixed to the device and the vehicle align front. Is that a little tracker? Interesting. Huh. I think I might have just worked out the reason. And it might save me an awful lot of trouble. Okay, so I mentioned whilst underneath the vehicle that you need to make sure you've got a good solid contact with the battery. Now if you haven't got a good contact with the battery, the starter motor will potentially engage and not engage. Now they've got this, whatever this may be, I assume it's some sort of tracking device, it's constantly flashing, and I've just wiggled the wire and you see that? This nut is, well, it's loose. So if this cable here goes directly down to the battery or the starter motor, then potentially we haven't really got a very good contact. That might not be the case. It might still warrant some investigation work, but I'm wondering if that is going to be one of my issues. It's worth nupping this up and then trying it a few times and see what happens. Unfortunately, I can't replicate the fault. They're saying it works or happens when the car is cold. It has warmed up a little bit now. I tried at 9 o'clock or so in the morning. I probably should have come out here much earlier and sooner, but it didn't seem to do anything. So I can try again later tonight. It's probably going to be really cold. I still think I should take the starter off and clean it, but I think if that's loose, that's going to be definitely part of my issue. But you've got one cable there, one there. But if that is the one that goes to the starter, which it looks like it is because it's got this corrugated tube around it, that is permanently fixed to this, which is my battery terminal, which that is solid. So hard to tell, but if that is one piece, then that won't really be affected by it. Started a little bit nicer. So I think what we do, put it back together, just cover back on, test it later on tonight, and if it still isn't working, I will get a starter motor for it. I'm just reluctant to do work, but I guess it isn't needed. Okay, so things have progressed a little bit. Now, I've spoken to the owners of the vehicle, and a couple of things we have discussed is, firstly, this little tracking device, which is connected to the positive and negative of the battery. I am massively skeptical of people and trust very few people, and I think that when you look at it and say, do you know what, we've got a tracker for a vehicle they've just bought, they don't really know the history of the vehicle, and they haven't got any access to the tracker, and it's only connected to the positive and negative of the battery, I would be worried, and probably overly worried, that somebody would be able to find the vehicle, previous owner, whatever, come and collect the vehicle in the night, disappear off, you don't see the car again, you've paid the money out for the car which you haven't got, and just to try and prevent anything like that, we're going to rip it out. The second thing we discussed is the fact that the battery terminals were all loose. Now, I obviously showed you the one on the camera. I've been around and I've checked everything, and I've got a good 2, 3, 4 turns on each of those nuts. So that also may not be helping the starting issue. Not only the starting issue, but when we scanned the car originally, I had a number of battery voltage related faults. Now they could have been because we've got this battery terminal that's loose and rattling around. It may not be that, and it may still be linked to the starter. But with that, I said, is it worth me spending a couple of hours disconnecting the battery, potentially losing the radio codes, removing the starter motor, checking it, cleaning it, greasing it, putting it back in, and either making no difference because the starter motor is at fault, or the fault was really because the battery terminals were loose. Bit of a weird one. So what I've said is, and what we've agreed is, I'm going to put it all back together. They're going to take the car away, they're going to test it and see how it goes. If it's sorted and it doesn't make this starting issue again, then we can confirm it being the fault with the battery. Potentially also the fault with the tensioner from the previous video, but I think the fault lies with the battery being loose. If it does make the fault again, then we bring it back, we take a look at it, we take the starter motor out, we look to replace the starter motor. I now have the code for the starter, so I can get the one ordered in, and it'll just be a case of put the car up, disconnect the battery, one off, one on, connect it back up, connect the battery, off you go again. It'll be done in an evening's work rather than being here for a couple of days waiting for parts to arrive and stuff. The joy with having part numbers is I can also look on the internet and find the best price or the best quality of part. It's a Bosch part number, it's readily available, it should be readily available, and that's going to be that. So I think for the time being, I'm going to take this tracking device off and dispose of it. I'm probably going to kick it as hard as I can that way. And then, yeah, that will be no more. I don't want it here in case it's got a memory on it and it, you know, whatever. I just don't trust people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect everything. I'm going to disconnect that. I'm going to put it all back together. I'm going to get it back on the ground, or under tray back on the ground, give it a clean up to get rid of all of this dust and muck, and then they're going to come and collect it in about an hour or so, take it away and see how we get on. I have said to them that the fault probably will return if it isn't the battery, so don't panic, don't worry about that. We've got an idea roughly what it is, but the fact that I haven't been able to replicate it makes it really difficult to try and pinpoint what a fault is. So yeah, we are where we are, unfortunately. But when you look at this terminal here, one goes down to the starter, one goes down to the alternator. It could be a number of things that are causing this issue, but for the time being, let's whip this off and let's throw it in the bin. Now, if anyone does want a tracking device, this one here, I can't confirm that it hasn't been kicked. It will be available. But it's got not even ring terminals, it's got like a little spade terminal, not even a spade terminal, it's got a little forked terminal on that. It's just a bit rubbish, really. It looks like something someone can buy off Temu or eBay. Cheap and cheerful. And the only information that says on it is to mount it forward facing, which it wasn't. Right, that's tight. I have also changed that nut because it wasn't really a locking nut, and I didn't have a spring washer or anything on it, so I've changed it for a nylock, which will be significantly better than what it was. Yeah, that's it, it's off. So it's probably going to have a battery in it, it's going to flash for a little while, and then it will die, and then it will be no more. But I feel happier knowing that this vehicle is potentially now safer. I feel more confident and comfortable that all the battery terminals are also tight. And I feel a lot more at ease knowing that the car's going to be done and collected today. There it is, one tracking device, positive, negative. You got like an app or something to connect to. And it just says, this arrow says that fixes the vehicle facing forward, so it should be like that. It was facing sideways, so how accurate it would have been, I don't even know. But yeah, that's gone. So bonnet can come down. Actually, I'll give this all a wipe over just to make sure it's going collected as it came. Nice bit of black plastic trim, WD-40, works wonders. I've mentioned previously as well, things like this, I think it's really important when you're doing work on people's cars that you hand it back in a condition that you'd like to have your own, so that people know that you do, care about what you're doing, and you do show that you're looking after their pride and joy, or their personal belongings. So yes, that's, stick that back on there. There we go, right. Done. Just give it a quick wipe down. All of the muck has been taken off the front of it. Give it a quick test drive. Everything is good. So I'm happy with how this is now, and it's going to get collected. I'm going to take it away for a couple of days, as I say. If it repeats itself, it'll come back. We'll replace that starter. If it doesn't, then we can say successfully that we've rectified it based on the battery terminals being loose. So yeah, we are where we are. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, hit the thumbs up button, comment down below, and if you haven't done so already, please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Stuff like this, and like this, and like this, and all manner of other stuff is going to get featured. So repairs, DIY, shows, interviews, and all sorts. And that's it for me. Until next time, take it easy. Thanks for watching.